charge of felony murder, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty of felony murder.
On the charge of possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty.
On the charge of unlawful possession of a weapon, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty.
On the charge of hindering his own apprehension, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty.
On the charge of murder, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty of murder.
On the charge of robbery, how do you find the defendant?
Guilty of robbery.
Did the defendant use or threaten the immediate use of a deadly weapon during the course of the commission of the crime of robbery?
Yes.
Did the defendant purposely inflict or attempt to inflict serious bodily injury upon Edward Hinds during the course of the commission of the crime of robbery?
Yes.
Is this verdict unanimous?
Yes.
The verdict, after the polling of the jury, has been determined to be unanimous. An application.
Judge, in considering the fact that this jury has the three aggravating factors that were listed for the life without parole, I would obviously, based on the defendant's age and what he's been convicted of, obviously, even without the life without parole aggravating factors, he would be essentially serving the rest of his life in state prison. Given that fact, we would move to dismiss the first and third counts of the aggravating factors. However, and let me make sure I'm doing this right. First and second counts, Judge. The third count is the robbery aggravating factor. Since the jury has come back with a robbery conviction and an armed robbery conviction on top of that, that aggravating factor has been proven. So in order to spare this jury any further, and this court and the state any further time in terms of the first and second aggravating factor and recharging them and having them go back in based upon the length of the jury service they've already given. And since, like I said before, we don't even really need aggravating factors for this to be a life sentence, we would move to dismiss the first two aggravating factors and ask the court to enter a finding as to the third aggravating factor as this jury has already come back with the robbery conviction.